Practical Magic is one of those films that a lot of you guys know about already, but some of us, for some reason, we missed it. You know, we totally missed that there was a witchy movie with Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman. Like, who knew that? And I'm a huge movie buff, but I missed that there was this witchy movie called Practical Magic. So I saw it and oh my God. It was almost like the universe was aligning with me, like at this perfect moment. It was so cool and it was everything that I needed, right? Practical Magic is about these two sisters who are descendants from a woman that was accused of being a witch. And turns out she is actually a witch. Basically, she survives. All of her descendants after her are all cursed because when the witch had waited for her long lost love, she could not find him. Okay, so she was so pissed that she fell in love with this guy and that he left her high and dry, that she cursed herself to say, I will never love again. And bad luck, because it turns out that all of her kids and everybody after her is now cursed, okay? So now this brings us to the present, where we're seeing generation after generation, this tragedy happens, where this dumbbell beetle comes out of nowhere and tells and lets the women know, hey, yeah, your husband is dead. What brings us here is we are now here in this generation where it was a mom and her two daughters and the dad. The mom knows now that the husband is gonna die. He dies. She's heartbroken. She dies. And now here we are at Sandra Bullock's character and Nicole Kidman's character, which are two ladies, two young girls. The two girls, they end up, going off with the aunts, their aunts who are witches, and they practice magic and they teach the two girls everything they need to know about magic. And they grow up. Sandra Bullock's character does a spell on herself, asking for a bunch of traits in a man that she probably thinks that she'll never find, but she's just a little kid, so she doesn't know. But, hey, like, she just does the best she can and casts a spell on herself to not fall in love by wishing for a man who's everything that she thinks is impossible. And then Nicole Kidman, she just runs off to go find love, and she's just like, hey, I still want to find a guy, So as soon as she packs her bags and she's out of there. The key part about the movie, there is a scene called Midnight Margaritas where the sisters and their two aunts, they all dance and they're vibing and it's such a witchy, like, heathenistic, cool ass scene. And I mean, there's just so many little scenes in the film that are so cool, and just, it really does get you in that kind of like, kind of like how Harry Potter gets you in that mood where you're like, damn, I want to be a witch, I want to cast a spell and whatever. Like, Practical Magic does the same thing, especially the scene with the Midnight Margaritas. Jillian is Nicole Kidman's character. Sally is Sandra Bullock's character. Jillian, Nicole Kidman's character, she ends up kind of being wild, gypsy-like, gypsy, sexy, hot, interesting, a little slutty, She's going off with guy to guy and it ends up getting her in trouble. And Sandra Bullock ends up eventually meeting a guy who she really falls for. And and she falls head over heels for him and has 2 children with him, and she's just loving her life, you know. She loves being a mom, she loves being a wife, she's so comfortable with her role, and she's so freaking happy. And then bad stuff happens. The guy that Sandra Bullock is in love with dies. Okay, Sally, I should say. Sally, he dies. Okay, so now she's a single mom raising her 2 daughters, trying to be what her mom could not be because her mom died. Okay, but at the same time, it brings her back to go live with the aunts that raised her when she was a little girl. And that's a very deep moment, and it's like, wow. Jillian, who is, you know, Nicole Kidman's character, she ends up meeting some guy who is hot, but he's beating her ass. And so now she has to figure out a way out of that. So she's contacting her sister and bringing her sister in her drama. I don't want to spoil the whole story. This film is very much so about appreciating divine feminine energy and the different archetypes of a woman. Like, kind of like how a woman is first a girl who wants love, and then she becomes a woman who tries to find love, and then a woman that has to choose herself in order to be whole and complete, and then a woman who becomes a mother, you know, and raises children, or an aunt that has to look out for her sister's kids and now has those responsibilities. So what I really liked about the film was it showed these different coming of age parts, aspects of being a woman. And it was so beautiful and deep. And also it made me want to go buy a whole wardrobe. So highly recommend you watch it. You guys can watch it on YouTube for free. It's available now. Hurry and run and go watch it. You don't know how long it's going to be available on YouTube, but it's there. So see ya.